So I was just reflecting on life as I do often now. And I'm just like, the version of life that I'm living right now is literally a version of life that I dreamed about, that I prayed about, that I kind of set an intention to make real. And that's kind of like baffling a little bit to realize that you are in that spot. And now it's so normalized to me. Like, I wake up when I like to, I get to do the activities that I enjoy, I interact with who I choose to and how I choose to. Um, I have a business that pays my bills. Like, I choose the way that I spend my energy every day. And like the work is paying off. I have a place that I call home that I chose and that I'm happy to be here. And then outside of that, I was just thinking like, how did we get here? Or not even so much how did we get here. I'm well aware of how I got here, but it's just like, um, again, like just the point of reflection, like, wow, I really like did this. I made this big change to going to a place from a place where I was just like felt like a chicken with the head cut off all around the merry-go-round, and now like I get to enjoy life and actually like live and do things that I like to do. Like, I'm time rich, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I have the energy and the time to put toward things that I actually enjoy. And so I was thinking about like what changed, and what changed is my mind. My mindset shifted. Like, I got to a point where I started to realize, like, life was going on a loop. I'm doing the same things, interacting with people in the same way. And I became aware, like, there are many different ways of living life, and I get to do that. And so once I changed my mind, I like shifted my perspective about what life gets to be like for me, and then even the type of person that I get to be. Because I've always had this vision of myself of like this boho, very chill, put together girl who is like fun to be around, that I enjoy being. Like, I would want to be my friend. And also like just lives a life of ease and luxury at the same time. Cause like, yeah, easy, but like, yes, luxury. And so like, what really really changed when I changed my mindset was the way that I believed in myself, right? So one thing that I always did was like, I thought that I had an abilities. Like, I felt like I was always a gifted child. I always could figure something out or execute something in a above mediocre, above standard way, actually. Like, and but I didn't necessarily have like faith in who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's different than confidence. It's almost like once I began to believe in myself, I had courage to do the things that I could do over and over again to build confidence, right? And so once I began to believe in myself, like, like one of those old video, like how people see Tinkerbell, right? And Tinkerbell, she needs people to believe in her, or else her little light don't shine. Like, otherwise she just is a bug. I started to believe in myself, and it's like, that was when my spirit took the front seat. Like, that's when I had a battery in my back from the divine. Like, I started getting inspiration. I started taking big leaps, following my nudges, and trusting myself, and just having faith that even though I can't see what I feel is for me, just knowing like it's gonna happen, and that's gonna be my reality. And the more that I began to like rely on my spirit, because up until that point, I mostly relied on my physical abilities and my mind, and I had absolutely no idea of how to get in contact with my emotions. But I did once I opened up my mind to feelings. But the point is, like, I then had spiritual energy backing me like to the point where I was driven by the highest version of myself, through the purest version of myself. The part of me that animates this body became what took the front seat. So it was no longer like, oh, I can't perceive it. Oh, this doesn't make sense. I then was just going straight off of my intuition and inspiration and all of the nudges and all of the non-logical things. But what started happening was, unlike in the past where I had to like box my way out of things and grind or just put so much mental energy towards something to where eventually I lose concentration, I was in a state now where I was still getting stuff done. And I'm talking about stuff that my mind didn't even go there. I just went with what I saw right now, and then boom, stuff would appear. But it would be stuff that I had set an intention for. And so I'm like, this is manifestation. Like this right here is manifestation, because I took an idea or an intention or just a small little nudge in my gut and I followed it with faith, and then it happened. And let me not be though wah woo woo butterflies and cream. Like it wasn't just having a thought and making it happen. This really aligned with me because it was like faith and works, just like how I grew up believing. Like you gotta, the way I saw it was, for all my people on the 420 gang, like God will be like, all right, you got 5 on it, I'm gonna match you 50, right? So like faith without works. Like I had to put something up to do it. And honestly, I believe that it was the belief in myself and then physically taking those leaps and having like those feelings of envisioning what it would feel like to have those things and just like sending that vibration out and then drawing it closer to me. But while all my energy and my spirit was doing all of that work, I was just doing the things that were most closely related to me, that had to do with me being the version of myself I know I had to be. Like I let go of the how, and in doing so, I like released a lot of energy and a lot of control, and that allowed for things to come to me in ways that I had not even imagined, but like better. And when I did want to give like some examples of the things that I've manifested. I feel like this one I really shouldn't, but like my rent was getting paid for after I decided I did not want to. My rent was getting paid for, right? I got the opportunity to have my products in a store. My business was growing, just following what was right for me, from having 3 clients that I brought out of hair school to having 90 clients in under 2 years. So like since 2021 to now. And that was mostly off of following my nudges. Like, no, I'm not working 7 days a week. I'm not working 5 days a week. And also like closing my books for months at a time. Like, but literally just going on what felt right for me and my spirit. And then also incorporating things that were like in relation to the journey that I was personally on. Like this is holistic hair care. But my point is like, now I have a business that feels like home. Like literally my studio looks something like this. And I get to use a lot of my free time to work on my other passion pursuits, like speaking to the people, having a community, and all the things that make me feel warm and fuzzy inside and make me feel like I'm on the path of my purpose. Like I'm getting to live a life where I get to put fulfillment at the forefront of it. And I'm also conquering fears. Like the girl had absolutely no stage presence. Like when it came to being in the spotlight, if I wasn't with a big group, count me out. I was a team sports girl, and with track, I literally hid behind the bleachers a couple of times. Like put me in the relay or take me out the game coach. But now here I am, like leading discussions and meditations and talking on live. Like this is so different. And it started with my mind changing, me having a belief in myself, letting my spirit take control, feeling empowered, and then watching how when those two work together, I was able to manifest a life that was only a thought at one point, right? Which seemed a little bit like for her, like who is she? I didn't know, but I didn't think it was me. It would have just been a nice story to hear about. But now I know the power that is in me through my great God, right? And now I get to utilize it outside of just hoping other spiritual entities do it for me. I get to use the power of the divine within me to make life look like what feels great for me, and to actually pursue what my good God put this little spark of mine into me, right? Like, I really get to live this life. And what I love about it is that I'm just getting started. Like, I literally am expanding every single day, and I have an idea of where it's going, but it's like, do I? Because like I said, as these manifestations come into fruition, they more than likely like surprise me and sometimes prompt me to expand some more. So it's just like, yeah, I just wanted to come and share that spiritual empowerment is like, boom. But I had to get open in my mind to even being this version of myself that gets to be like who I am. And now, because of that, I'm seeing my life change like every day, and sometimes a lot more significantly. Shout out to my coaching program, because we're going to see where that takes me. But like, for the most part, I'm just very grateful for the life that I now live. I am so proud of that me a couple years ago that decided to be open to what was available. Like, this for me feels like abundance. You know what I'm saying? Like, but empowerment. So also like connection to something more, and not only like divinely, but yes, divinely, like to the divine that is in every single other person. Like, I feel like I'm connecting to people. Like, I'm really in a space where I feel supported, and it's just all the good feels. And this is like, this gets to be life. This is something that I would ask for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so glad that now I've taken steps to really set me on the path of making this my reality. And I've got more hunches on the way. So I'm just super excited about life. And that's not how I felt a couple years ago. So just thinking about that and reflecting on how great it feels. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is nice. This is nice. I would choose this again. And even if this is not the final play, like, even if life goes on, I am making this video as like a thank God for me arriving at this place. I'm so grateful for it. And I'm starting to now see that it's really not about the end destination. It's about the journey. And this is a part of my journey that I have learned so much from. And I'm so excited to just be here, like, without even thinking about what comes next. I know I said I got some other hunches, but like, just thinking about where I am now. I was sitting driving in my car, and I'm just like, I don't even want to share this right now. Like, because I have my shades on, y'all. I have a small head, and shades don't usually fit my head. But I was just in the car, bumping my music, and I was about to be like, yeah. But then I was just like, I'm actually going to just hold this space right now for myself and just get real up in how good it feels. So that is what really inspired me today, to really talk about how I got here and what this is. Like, this is me in my bag. I feel like I can get anything done that I need to get done, or I can make anything happen. Obviously, I'm not doing it by myself, which makes it even more possible to me, because I don't want to do everything by myself. I do have backing from a whole nother spiritual realm, from the people who are supporting me. And it just took me having the change in mindset and believing in myself enough that the energy that I put out has now begun to come back and support me in the ways that I had set the intention for. And so I'm sharing this because I would love for people to know this, like that we really have an opportunity to change our lives. Like it's possible for life not to look the same next year. And I'm saying that because that loop that life be lifing on, like that thing is like it's like getting on a gravitron at the circus, or you know what I'm saying? Like that thing be having you stuck where you can't even move up out of it, like to lift your head up to be like, we still doing the same thing. Yes. But it is possible. Like it is possible. And I just wanted to, I guess, share this as like my journey thus far and the tools that I have learned and the practices that I have embodied, which are now like second nature to me, that make all of this possible. Of course, my great old God, woo woo, or just faith in the universe, whatever that source is for you. Like, hopefully, you know that it's in you and that you have the ability to create the life that you would like to live too. So, on that note, sending y'all so much love in all of its forms, right? Hope y'all get some good information from this. And if you have any questions, let me know, because like I would love to help, like genuinely help more people get to this place. Because like, could you imagine what life would be like if more people were not just surviving, if more people were living a life that they actually enjoyed, if more people had fulfillment in their life because they were going on their path, right? And like one thing about when you are on your path, resistance be like at a gym level, you know, like it's something that you choose to help you get stronger. It's not like going against the current, like you are really backed. And that's like, that makes life feel fun and like progressive and like, this is what it's supposed to be like. This is what you meant, God. Like, whoa, great. Like, you know, so I think we all deserve that. If anybody was talking about a birthright, it's really being able to enjoy life and live a life of purpose with passion and fulfillment and love in it. And, oh, child, I didn't even talk about all the love in my life, but that's for another day. Maybe we'll talk about abundance on another day, because at this point, I may have like secured the market on that. We're going to talk about it. In the meantime, I will talk to y'all later. It's been real. Y'all know I ain't good at this end of the video stuff, so I'm just going ahead and check out.